Hey, what's up, everybody? It's Sun-Hyung Lee here, aka Bitter Asian Dude, welcoming you all to another edition of Funboxing Sundays, the Ask Me Anything edition. This is episode number 41. Welcome to the West Coast Stash House here in lovely Vancouver, British Columbia. Hello, one and all. I hope you're having a fantastic week, and thank you so much for tuning in. First things first, I'm just in a state of flux over here at the West Coast Stash House. We are so close to wrapping up. Well, I am so close to finishing my days here shooting Avatar: The Last Airbender, obviously. And as such, I'm kind of like in this in-between phase where I'm packing things up and getting ready for the big jump back home to the geeky basement with my family. And so I need to apologize because I don't have very many toys to unbox. So that's why we're doing an AMA today. I'm very excited about it. I've been looking at the community page. Lots of really great questions. We'll get to those in a minute. There's something else I wanted to address as well. I just want to say thank you to everybody out there who reached out and asked about my dad and asked how I was doing. I really, really appreciate that. My dad is doing better. It's really, it's been tremendous. He's responding to his treatment, which is fantastic. He's gaining weight again. He's bouncing back, which is great. I spoke to him. I've been speaking to him every day. And today, he joked that, hey, he's feeling good enough to tease my mom and my sister. So that's great news. I'm very happy. Appa, if you're watching, you're probably not watching this. But I think Angie Gomo, Angela, my sister, she might be watching this. And I just want to say, I just want to say, just let Appa know. Everybody's cheering for him. And for everybody who signed that kudo board, for those of you who organized it and went through the time, and for everybody who took the time and the effort to sign it and send their good wishes, it was so appreciated. It really did lift my spirits, and I do really love this community that we're building together. So thank you so much from the bottom of my heart for reaching out and asking about my family. It made a big difference. It made a huge difference. So thank you so much. Other news that I want to share with you. Regarding the Bitter Asian Dude channel, I have a little bit of sad news. My partners in crime, Pigeon Row, who have been with me since almost the very beginning, they are shuttering operations. And so I'm losing a very valued resource, partners, friends, colleagues, geniuses. When we had big plans, and when we were going to cons, and they did a lot of editing for the videos, almost all the editing for the videos, and did all the great graphics and stuff, and they ran the commerce section of the website with all the merch. And I just wanted to say how honored I was to work with everybody at Pigeon Row, and how much I love them, and how much I'm going to miss being able to collaborate with them on this channel. But that being said, a lot of you might notice a few differences. The merch, we're in a transitional state right now, so there is stuff still available in the merch section of the website. You're going to be able to get some, but we're going to be transferring over to a different style of manufacture, I guess, and getting it out. It'll be more of a on-demand service instead of an in-stock service. So exciting things will be happening. I just got to get my head around that. Going to be working on that channel. And of course, they're not just leaving me high and dry. Everybody at Pigeon Row has been so supportive and so wonderful and so down to earth about making sure that I'm in good shape and the channel is in good shape before everything shuts down over at Pigeon Row. But they were fantastic, and that's the sign of the times. Things are changing. The pandemic, amongst other factors, really hit a lot of us in this industry hard. And I just have to say, thank you to everyone in Pigeon Row, because they helped grow this channel to over 17,000 subscribers strong, and that's something they should be very, very proud of. And I couldn't have done it without their help, and without all of you out there too. So for those of you out there who've already put in orders, your orders should have been shipped. And we're going to be transferring over to different. And the cool thing is, there's going to be other things that are going to be available, because if it's on demand, I've got some really cool, fun ideas. I think will be really cool for all you Bitter Brigade members out there. I'm talking t-shirts, hoodies, hats, toques, stuff like that, with not just the bitter Asian dude design, but little sayings like nothing can be easy, or, it's fine, it's fine, or shut up, Tommy. I think that would be very, very popular. So stay in tune for that. And as well, the trivia. Tommy and I, when I pull my head out of my ass long enough, I got to talk, and we got to find a day to get the trivia league started. He's chomping at the bit to get going on that, and we will be going on that. So we will we'll be getting on that very, very soon. So before we begin and we move on, I just want to greet anybody who's out there watching for the first time. Usually I do a lot of oh my God, that's a Kids in Hall sketch, isn't it? Isn't it? Has anybody been watching Kids in the Hall? It just got released on Amazon. You can check it out. I make a brief appearance in one of the episodes. I won't tell you which one, but it was a fantastic experience. I think somebody asked it, and I'm answering it right now. So check it out. Kids in the Hall, they're great. Staple of my youth in my university days. Those guys really, really shaped me in that sort of comedic sense. And so big hats off and big dream come true to be on that show. So check that out. But while I digress, what was I talking about? I forgot. Doo-doo. I just said doo-doo. And then my mind went, that's it. For those of you who are new to this channel, what I usually do is unbox some really geeky collectibles. I do a half-ass review and we chat. And I don't have anything. I think that's worthy enough right now to sort of open up. So I think a lot of people want to ask me questions. So I think this will be a fun way to pass the time. So welcome to this channel. Next week, I actually do have another hot toy coming in. It should be here for next week. So we'll get back to the regular format, hopefully, fingers crossed. But for today, we are going to be doing an AMA style thing. Going to be interacting with everybody in the chat forum, and really, really happy to be getting into the chats, because I think part of the fun of this channel is everybody who's on the chat boards, they're awesome to each other, and there's some really, really great connections happening, and it is a sense of community and family almost. So I really, really love that. That being said, too, we also have a drinking game. The drinking game, the rules are very, very simple. Let's put it here. You can drink, and it doesn't have to be alcohol. It can be anything. Like I said, it could be coffee, tea, water, pop, juice. It could be blue milk, regular milk, chocolate milk, alcoholic milk. I think that's Irish whiskey. I don't know. No, that's Irish cream. Sorry, Bailey's. That's what it is. I myself today am going to be drinking from the pop shop hard cream soda. I saw this and I shouldn't have it because it's too much sugar, but I figured, you know what? It's a special occasion, so I'm gonna try it out. I'll let you know what it is. Oh, it's just as sickly sweet as I thought it was, but it's cream soda with a hint of alcohol. Anyways, so generally what happens is you will notice on this channel, I will say some phrases that, common phrases that come up. Like, if you hear me say, "Shut up, Tommy," to Tommy K, who is a very beloved member of the channel, you take a drink. Or if I tell anybody to shut up because they've basically shown me up, it's all done with love, you take a drink. If I say the phrase, "For those of you who don't know," you take a drink. If I utter the phrase, "Nothing can be easy," you take a drink. If my wife Anna, who usually moderates these forums, burns me, which she does a lot, you take a drink. If I troll my kids, Noah or Miles, or they troll me while we're doing the stream, you take a drink. If I mention, well, it's not going to happen, but if I talk about the resale value of a collectible, something either, raising it or ruining it, you take a drink. If I talk about instructions, which I adore, you take a drink. If I swear, use profanity, and I'm trying to get better at that, you take a drink. And it's right there. If I find a dent in a box and I say it's fine and it's not fine, because you know me, you take a drink. And the biggest one of all, of course, is if I have to go take a bio break, you finish your drink and you get yourself another one. So it's fun. It's all good fun. We just sort of going to do that and enjoying ourselves. And here we go. It's already begun. My youngest has just trolled me. We play the circle game, where if you look at that circle, it's got to be below your waist. He gets to hit me. That looked like I was jabbing drugs in me. No, he gets to hit me in the arm, and so it's already begun. So everyone, take a drink. All right, so welcome back to Funboxing Sundays, episode number 41. Can you believe 41 episodes in already? We've got a super chat here from my good friend Kenny C3. Happy 1-year Funboxing Sunday anniversary. It's been an absolute pleasure to spend this year with this amazing bitter community. You guys are truly a treasure. Thanks for spending your time with us, Polly. Well, first of all, thank you so much, Kenny, for that super generous super chat. For those of you who don't know, these super chats are a way. It's a way to boost and show your support for the channel, which is wonderful. Super generous. All that money goes back into the channel to provide like funds to get hot toys and to mail out prizes and cover the cost of all those things. And by the way, everybody, for the prize winners from the 2 giveaways, they're going out tomorrow. Everything's ready, just got to be shipped out. Just got to get to the post office and get them out. So they will be arriving soon. And for those of you who haven't gotten back in touch with me yet, there's a tab on the community. There's a community tab on the website page. Please give me that information, just your mailing information. I'd appreciate that. But before we get to the questions, let's do a shout out to see who's here in the West Coast Stash House. Right now, I've got Sean P., my brother from another mother in LA. Thanks for always tuning in. Thanks for being a great amount of support. Your messages about my Uppa really, really warm my heart. And thank you so much for being so kind. We've got Bad Wolf Media Mike out in Illinois here with us. We've got Mel Dade. Awesome Possum. She is a super fan from way back in the day. And she generously, you won the Zoom chat and wanted to defer it to the next person on the list. And I thought that was super generous of you, Mel. She's also a fantastic artist. We still have a bit of the art, a number of the art that you sent to us, especially the one with Podrick in his yellow jacket. That became a family favorite. So, Mel, thank you so much for that. We've got Melissa K. Hey, all the way from Sweden here with us in the West Coast Stash House. Cynthia Lynn is here as well tonight or this afternoon, depending on which time zone you're in. Christopher Colvin, my 3D printing droid master. This guy, check out his Instagram page. He not only prints out droids, he prints out helmets. He is the 3D printing guru. If you want to, and if you have any question about 3D printing, he's the one to ask. And he's also a fantastic human being. We've got Anton Attard here as well. Tommy K. Hey, everybody. Shut up, Tommy. And you take a drink. Tommy is a very, very good friend of mine and a neighbor and one of my co-collaborators when it comes to the trivia questions. He is a trivia master right there. So don't get mad at me if you get a question wrong. Get mad at Tommy. He's fantastic. We also have here Vanessa C, Aaron S. Here we go. Oh, lots of Tom, or Tom to the power 5 is here today. Hey, Tom. Always great to see you here. We have Joe Chufuk is in the West Coast Stash House. We've also got Daniel Sertle here with us. Shut up, Daniel. We also have David V. Welcome to the broadcast. Blue Dragon Ray's in the West Coast Stash House as well. We have Colin Hollis, my neighbor extraordinaire, here with us as well. Brandy Woods, fantastic artist, just dropped a really, really wonderful sketch of me on Instagram. Check out her page, her Instagram channel, Brandy Woods. You will not be disappointed. And I'm just totally blown away by your artistry every time. She's joining us from Montreal in Quebec, obviously. We also have here in the East Coast, West Coast Stash House, Monstar 0305. Justin, how you doing, buddy? Hope you're well. Just going through the list. Bitter Troll is here with us as well today. Always good to see you, Bitter Troll. Hip Optimus Prime is here. Nigel, how you doing? I hope you're well, brother. Hope you're well. Kevin Lee is here with us as well. We've got Carrie Fanti, Charles Stevens, yes. Kenny C3, of course. How you doing, fellow ghost-busting brother from New Jersey, here in the West Coast Stash House today. We also have Matthew Purdy, my dear friend from Langley, British Columbia, also owner of Toy Traders, the happiest, most wonderful toy store in Canada. I'm going to say it. Just going to drop that mic and say, in Canada. Hey, Matthew, how you doing? Miss you, buddy. We'll get in touch about going out this week, because that would be lovely. And a big shout out to everybody at Toy Traders. If you were broadcasting this in the store, big shout out to the entire staff, the crew that's working out there. You know it's more than a job because they all love what they're doing and they're all fantastic human beings. So big shout out to everyone over at Toy Traders. Let me see. Brian Schoenfeld is in the West Coast Stash House as well. We've got the Irish Rover, which is fantastic. 1,000 miles per hour. Ha ha ha. Yeah, my son, my blood. Gonna get you. Gonna get you. Raymond Tentis is here. Hey, Raymond, welcome. We've seen you around before. It's always lovely to see your avatar back in the chats. Terry Smith, the Postmaster General for Sideshow, is here. Terry has been popping in and out of my other live stream. That's right, I've been doing a live stream of gameplay of Jedi Fallen Order on the PS4, and I've been doing a lot of swearing. Like, it's unearthed the side of me that people really don't see. It's that competitive, I hate computer games sort of persona, and it kind of struck me that maybe I'm just a little bit too intense when I'm playing the video games, and I gotta kind of dial it back a little bit. But I kind of want to just go whole hog just to see if people will enjoy it. And I think for the most part, those of you who have been tuning in have been really enjoying my pain. But if you don't know me and then you're like, oh my God, he's a maniac. Like, what's wrong? It's just a video game. First of all, yeah, you're right. Second of all, you haven't tried the game, obviously. So try playing that game and you'll see what I'm talking about. But other than that, yeah. So Terry, of course, he is the Postmaster General for Sideshow. If you want to see somebody who turns posing 1/6 scale figures into an art form, Terry's your guy. Yeah, no, wonderful, wonderful human being, a geek and nerd that is like molded right out of my own heart. No, like, we're simpatico, but this is getting really awkward, Terry. It's getting awkward. All I'm gonna say, he's a nerd after my own heart. That's what I meant to say. This is hitting me, obviously, a little bit too quickly, so the only thing I need to do is finish it real fast, and then that way it won't affect me, right? Right? That's how alcohol works. Hey, we got Adam Heafy here. Recognize that name from the stream. You'll see a little bit more of a tamer version of me. Hopefully, we've got the Global Health Science Institute from Southern New Mexico here in the West Coast Stash House. I love saying that name. Love it. I love that you guys that you show up, and it's really, really wonderful. We've got Liza Sella. Welcome to the channel. I hope you enjoy what you're seeing here. We also have, just trying to get through this, Jeps 1973 is here. Oh, thank you so much for that comment. I love you too. This is really, really wonderful. I love the support. Just this is, you see the familiar faces, you see the newer faces or avatars, and it makes my week. It makes my week, so thank you. The Irish Rover, doo-doo. Yeah, it's there. You can see how far behind I am on this. The TRU Kid, Toys R Us. Yes, we need all the merch. Welcome to the channel. Well, welcome back to the channel. I've seen you around before. Thomas D is here with us as well. We've got John, Jon, here today. He says, what's your favorite hot toy? Well, we'll get to that in just a few minutes. Yes, and we did the super chat. Tommy K, shut up. We did that already. Gonna drink again because I told Tommy to shut up. Keep telling Tommy to shut up, shut up, shut up. That's 3 drinks? 4 drinks. Or 1 big drink. It's all good. It's all valid. Yes. Said hi to all these people. John Carmen is here. Hey, John. How you doing? Good to see you here. Mike Wan is in the West Coast Stash House. Hey, Mike, how you doing? Say hi to Ruby and to Gwendolyn for me, please. Gabe Jones is here as well. We have Cool Guy 007. I like that handle. I hope you're having a good day, too. My day's going really well so far. Dylan Lambert here is in the West Coast Stash House. And Chi of Steel, Chiyoung, how are you? Good to see you, brother. Getting through this. I'm getting through this. We're almost there. Chris Christie is in the West Coast Stash House. I'm just gonna say Hip Optimus Prime again because I love saying that name. And John Jon is watching from Oregon. Fantastic. I've always wanted to visit Oregon. We've got Benjenium. He's from Winnipeg. Hey. Welcome to the channel. Thanks for joining us, buddy. The Jinpei 05, how you doing? Good to see you on the channel again. And we're getting there. We're getting there. Scrolling down. Toying around. Kevin is in the house. Kevin threw out his back eating pancakes today, apparently. So he's in officially old man territory. And he's celebrating 9 months of membership. That's amazing. Hey, buddy, hope you're doing well. Grabbing some barbecue with the fam. Have a great stream. Well, thanks for popping in and saying hi, buddy. I really appreciate that. For those of you who don't know, Kevin, myself, Yoko McCann, and Ernie, the Fallen Fett, we do a podcast every Friday, and it drops on Mondays, and we just recorded our 10th and our final one for a little bit. It'll be dropping next Monday because, of course, we're getting back together again, and we're going to be streaming recap episodes of a little show called Obi-Wan Kenobi. So the four of us are going to be reuniting again. We're going to be doing a live stream. Keep your ears and eyes open for that. God, I just really sort of shit the bed for that metaphor. Oh, I swore. But I think they're dropping the first 2 episodes on the 27th of Obi-Wan Kenobi. They're also dropping season 4 of Stranger Things. And they're also releasing Maverick, Top Gun that weekend. And so, yeah, there's a lot going on this weekend. But we are going to be doing a live stream sort of recap. That's always a lot of fun. So tune in for that. More details will be following. I think our first one's going to be on the... I can't remember. I think the 1st of June. And then from then on, it'll be on the Saturdays. So there you go. We have here Lady Laogai. Right on. Lady Laogai. I'll get to that answer in a little bit. Lucius Rees with a fascinatingly frightening picture of Bilbo Baggins as he hisses for the rings. I love that, and I love the name Lucius. I think that's a cool name. Welcome to the channel, Lucius. Patrick Maines is here, and I think we're almost caught up. RMD Collective is in the basement as well. Huzzah! Good to see you. And... there you go. Kenny C3 is celebrating 9 months of membership. Now, somebody said that it was a year of Funboxing Sundays. And if that's the case, that's pretty cool. I don't know if it is, though. But without further ado, grow up, Paul. Grow up. Let's get to our first question here for the AMA. They were written in the community tab. You can write it up here if you have a question in the chats. I'll try to get to it if I can. But the first question here is from Aaron S. And the question here is, hey, Paulie, number 1, sorry about the Leafs. The Oilers bandwagon is always open for new passengers. Thank you so much. They broke my heart. The Leafs did. It was different from all the other years because... I mean, they pushed the 2-time defending Stanley Cup champions to the brink, and they had them in Game 6 and still lost those last 2 games. Heartbreaking, but I think we're not far off. And I know everybody says, yeah, that's what they say every year. It's been 18 years of futility. True enough. But I don't think you blow it up. I think you carry on and they learn these lessons. So next year, my friend, it'll be good. The Oilers bandwagon, I can't. I'm a Flames fan. I grew up in Calgary. Can't cheer for the Oilers unless they're the only team left. And for some reason, whoever comes out of that, I'm good with cheering for. So right now, I got to be cheering for the Flames. That's my hometown. But man, Connor McDavid, he is a force to be reckoned with, right? Sorry, everybody, for the sports ball talk. Second, have you booked any other Mayo commercials or just going to take some time for the next time after the last 6 months? I actually have something that I've booked beforehand, so I'm going to be traveling and doing some more work in the United States. It's getting a little bit closer than I'd like it to be, just because we've had, like every production, some delays here at Avatar because of COVID. People get sick, and obviously that sort of has a ripple effect, and so our dates have been pushed further and further and further, and so it's one of those things where we're doing our best to get through it, but we're so close to the end, and it's been it's like a life-changing experience. To be honest, shooting Avatar has been a life-changing experience, and I am so excited to be able to share with all of you what we've been doing for the last 6 months. I think everybody on production has been, so we can't wait for that to come out. I have no idea when that's going to happen. I'd love to be able to share that, but that'll be something. That'll be something that we would love. Okay. Okay, Endless Wonders. I'm deaf. Can you give me a thumbs up if you're going to Niagara Falls Comic Con? I don't know. I think Niagara Falls Comic Con is. When is Niagara Falls Comic Con? Hold on. (2022) is June. No, I'm not going to. It's unfortunately I am actually shooting. Those are my shoot dates. I'm still shooting Avatar. I'm still in Vancouver, so I'm not going to be able to make it out there. But one day, because I love the organizers for Niagara Falls Comic Con. I think they're fantastic, and I'd love to be able to get into that. Okay, we got. Wow. Okay, here we go. Bad Wolf Media Mike said, "Hey Paul, I double checked the numbers. There were earlier unboxings, but the first Funboxing title video was May 23rd, 2021. So, holy crap, it's been a year. It's been a year. And this channel has grown tremendously in that time. And I think that is absolutely fantastic. And I wish I was better prepared for this. I wish I had known. Wow, we should have a giveaway or something, right? A happy 1 year anniversary, a giveaway. We should do that. Okay. Let me think on that, and we will we'll get to that. Wow, that's nuts. That is really nuts. That is really nuts. Okay. Thank you. Happy anniversary indeed. God, see, this is why I wish I was just more organized. I wish I was more organized than that. Next year, let's celebrate next week. That's a good idea, because the anniversary is tomorrow. So let's celebrate next week. I'll have something really special for all y'all. Something big. I think that'd be really cool. All right, let's get to the next question. It's from my friend Veronica Choi. Hey, Veronica. Your question is, "Hi, Paul, with your intense gameplays." Intense? Okay. I guess they're pretty intense. I get intense. Have you gotten any weird dreams lately? Do you ever mix up your Star Wars and Avatar combat moves? Also, will there be a gaming marathon in order to finish Jedi Fallen Order? Love how you started a Twitch channel. Well, first of all, thank you so much for that, Veronica. Honestly, I haven't been able to remember any of my dreams in the last couple of weeks. When I've fallen asleep, I've just fallen asleep really hard. And I usually have pretty cool dreams, or dreams that are just so weird. I'm like, what the hell is that? But I haven't had any. Like, it has been, I go to sleep, blankness, and then I wake up. And I don't know if that means something, but yeah, I haven't had any intense dreams about it. I've not confused any of my Star Wars combat or Avatar moves, just because for Avatar it's actual physical stuff, and for Star Wars it's the controller. But this is also one of the reasons why I haven't started another game to play, just because I'm worried about getting confused. I mean, I'm having a hard enough time with Jedi Fallen Order with the controllers. I'm button mashing. I'm pressing all the wrong buttons, going, why is he not force pushing? It's just because you're pressing the climb button. So, yeah, that is something that I can't do. As for the Twitch channel, I've actually had the Twitch channel for a number of months. I just haven't figured out how to use it properly, and I finally sort of gave up, and I'm running the Twitch stream through the PS4. And so that's what I want to do, is what everyone was talking about in this one episode. People were they wanted to see my face as I reacted to my character, Cal Kestis, who you play in Jedi Fallen Order, die multiple times in very stupid ways. Yeah, that's what I was trying to do with the Twitch channel before. I wanted to have that camera, so you had that picture-in-picture thing. You can't stream that through, or you could. Anyways, it was too complicated, and I couldn't get the sound to sync up, so it was either you could get just a gameplay sound, or you could just get my reactions to it. I wanted both, and with the camera, it was just a little bit too complicated for me, but I'll figure it out when I get back to Toronto, because I think it'll be fun. But thank you so much for that question, and thank you for your support, Veronica. It's been great. But I also think, I don't know, I think I should be able to finish the game fairly soonish, right? I mean, how long could it be? Okay. Let's see. Were there any other questions in here? Any questions? Yeariversary, that's great. Oh, episode one's watch party, that'd be interesting. With watch parties though, you can't do cross-border. We found this out with the Boba Squadron. We were trying to do our own watch party, at least through Disney Plus, of episodes 1, 2, and 3, and wouldn't work cross-border. So that kind of stunk. Here we go. And what am I doing here? Let's look for another question. Anybody else have any questions here? No, not in the thing. So poop water, yes. Yes. Those of you who watch the stream, you know what I'm talking about, the poop water. Cal kept falling into water that looked like it just had poo in it. And I would die. And that is another really side of me that I don't let loose because it can be very off-putting or very comedic, depending on how. But out of context, I sound like a maniac. So for those of you who've been watching and you're like, oh, who the hell is this guy? Because I think I lost a bunch of subscribers on the YouTube channel, to be honest, because of that. So I'm like, nah, what are you going to do? We got a question from Tommy K. If there was one movie you could watch again for the first time, i.e. not knowing what happens, twists/turns, holy shit moments, what movie would it be? Usual Suspects is the first one that comes to mind, just because that twist ending. I'm just trying to think. All these different ones where it's just like, why didn't I figure that out? I should have figured that out. Holy shit moments. I mean, I think Avengers Endgame would be another one. Those moments just to relive this, and you know, of course, the Star Wars original trilogy. I think would be fantastic to go through those and re-experience those for the first time. And Jaws, oh my God, Jaws! Yeah, to watch that again, that would be fantastic. So those are the movies that come to mind. Not very deep, but we got a question from Keith Delana. Hey. Welcome, Keith. Any more Kim's Convenience seasons in the future with you busy working in Simu being Shang-Chi? Oh, how to answer that question. Yeah, there's no more. It's not being made anymore. The show is done. And they're not going to be, I mean, I don't want to get into it. You can look it up. You can Google it. But the show is not being made anymore. And that's all I have to say about that. So thanks so much for the question. And yeah, sorry, no more Kim's Convenience. No more Kim's Convenience. And we're all doing our own thing anyway, so it's not too bad. Doblez, love that name. Hey, I love Kim's Convenience. Are you watching any shows at the moment? Well, funny enough, I am. I've been watching, I binged All the Kids in the Hall, obviously. Loved it. 8 episodes. They are weird, funny, the same, cutting edge sort of group. If anything, they just stopped giving any more Fs about everything, which is great. But I've been binge watching a show called Shoresy. It's a spin-off of Letterkenny. It's based on one of the characters named Shoresy. It's a hockey show. It's done kind of in the same style as Letterkenny. I think all the performers are fantastic. The scripts have me in stitches, and it's about hockey. And so I wrote a play like 12 years ago and wanted to capture kind of that flavor. And it, like, for me, reading it and hearing it, it's like, yeah, that's exactly kind of like how I wanted my play to be. And so I loved it. So Shoresy, it's on Crave here in Canada. I don't know in the States, maybe, what's Crave? Crave is, I know they carry HBO Max and Stars and this and that, but if you get a chance, whatever provider, if you've seen Letterkenny, which I think is on Hulu in the States, then you can, you probably watch Shoresy. But Shoresy it's very profane, but it's also very, very funny. So I've been binging that. Our Flag Means Death is another one I've been watching. I'm about halfway through that. I finished Moon Knight. Love that. And am just sort of anxiously awaiting Obi-Wan Kenobi. So there's that. Let me see. Yeah. Sorry, just Cynthia talking about OBS. I can't. There's just so many freaking OBS stream. I know it's free, but I'm on Ecamm. There's also, I'm thinking about making the jump back from Ecamm to StreamYard, because now StreamYard has the ability for multiple cameras. That's why I left StreamYard. And because it didn't support the camera that I was using, so I went to Ecamm, and so now I'm finding Ecamm a bit like limiting. I love the simplicity of StreamYard just because of the overlays and whatnot. It's just a little bit more intuitive control-wise, and it is cheaper as well. But it's one of those things. OBS Studio is something I don't want to. It's one more thing. I'm getting old, and I can't figure shit like this out. Oh, I swore. Charles Stevens, good question. How about a guest appearance on Run the Burbs? Yeah, no, I would absolutely adore that. It's not to say that, that wasn't in the works in the first season of Run the Burbs, but schedule-wise, it didn't work out. And season 1, I think, too, was fantastic, and Andrew's really crushing it. And as the show gets stronger and stronger, as it will be, then it'd be lovely to just sort of to jump in and join that gang. But I think at the beginning, I was hesitant to join the show because it's Andrew's show. And I didn't want people to go, oh, well, it's like, he needs to build that on his own. And he did. And I didn't want to distract from that, if that makes any sense, right? But Andrew has always been so big-hearted and always thinks of his friends and talented performers. And so a lot of people got, deserved looks on that show, which is great. And I'm so proud of Andrew for what he's accomplished. And then, I know he's busy working right now on scripts for season 2. So that's fantastic. Here we go. Carter Crowley. Please tell us anything you can about Avatar. It means the world to me. No, I can't. I'm under, it's called an NDA. Cannot divulge anything to you, any details other than it's amazing. So you're going to have to wait. Sorry. You're going to have to wait. Raymond's asking, what did I think of Moon Knight? I loved it. It was refreshing going into a series completely blind because I had no idea. I didn't know who Moon Knight was. Honestly, I had no idea who the character was. Didn't read the comics. Saw the trailers. Was like, cool. I have no idea who this dude is, but let's find out. I think Oscar Isaacs absolutely crushed it. His performances were fantastic. They were all great in that. And it was nice to not have that baggage of expectation to go in and go, well, they didn't do it like this in the comic book. So it was nice, and I really loved it. So I think it's a one-off. There are bits that I'm like, oh, okay, I didn't really understand who this character was. But that's, I think, the mark of success for a show. If you watch it, and then you go, ooh, I want to know more. And you do the deep dive into the comics, or you do research onto it just so you can find out more. So I thought that was cool. And it hit all the right notes for me. Hey, Coral, good morning from Asia. Good morning, good afternoon. What time is it? Good afternoon, good early evening from Canada, West Coast style. It's great. Let's get to this. We've got a question here from Kenny C3. Do you have any summer plans for the family after being away so long? Did you pick up Simu's new book? And future career ambitions? Summer plans, yeah. I'm still going to be working on and off during the summer, but my plans really are to spend as much time as I can with my dad and my mom, my sister, obviously, and my boys and my wife and my immediate family. 6 months is a long time to be away from home, and my wife Anna deserves an award, a medal, for having to hold down the homestead on her own for 6 months. Can't take that for granted. I know she's gone above and beyond, and she's had to do a lot. And so I'm very grateful for that, because that has allowed me to go and follow my dreams and my career ambitions. And so I'm appreciative of that. So my only plans are to service my family and to spend as much time with them as I can. I'm really looking forward to being a baseball coach again on on Miles's baseball team. I love watching him play. I think he's a great player. He brings me joy to see that. I want to hang out with my eldest, who's turning 18. He's going to be a legal adult at the end of this month. So happy birthday, Noah. You're turning 18. You're out the door. No, I'm just kidding. Take a drink. Just trolled my kid. Yeah, and other than that, I mean, I think we're going to try to get away as a family for a little bit, like we usually do. That's up in the air. We're not sure where yet, but someplace near water so the boys can go swimming, because I know they adore going into the water. But nothing concrete yet, but we'll take it a day at a time. I just got to get back home first, and then we can do that. But thank you. I have not picked up Simu's book yet. And future career ambitions is just, Kenny, I've been very fortunate in what I've been doing and being part of like the Star Wars franchise before, and now the Avatar franchise. When Avatar drops, whenever it drops, it's again, there's going to be a seismic shift, and there's work offers and things coming my way, and it's just like about doing work that is interesting to me, fulfilling to me, and we'll take it from there. So those are my career ambitions, to grow my career so I can do more. And these are kind of shows that really do open that door a little bit more for me. So thanks so much for the question, Kenny. I'm seeing Carrie saying that Shoresy starts on Hulu May 27th. All you Americans out there, check her out. Mendoza23 asks, are you planning on getting Sideshow or Hot Toys C-3PO? Funny you should ask. I actually was about to pull the trigger on the Sideshow C-3PO, and then Hot Toys dropped for the 20th anniversary of Clone Wars, Episode 2, Attack of the Clones. Star Wars The Clone Wars. No, Star Wars Episode 2, Attack of the Clones. I got it right. They dropped 5 figures, and it was like Clone Pilot, Clone Trooper, Battle Droid, R2-D2, and C-3PO. And I ended up going with the C-3PO. Well, let's be frank. I pre-ordered them all. They're not coming till 2023, end of 2023 anyways. But I pre-ordered them all, and I got that version of C-3PO just because it was with the swappable droid head, which for me was one of the most ridiculous parts of Episode 2. But there's something about being able to swap out C-3PO's head with the Battle Droid's head that appealed to the juvenile part of me. So I got that one instead. But the Sideshow one, I was so close to pulling the trigger on, because I do have the Sideshow collectibles version of their deluxe R2-D2. Actually, if you look at a couple of unboxing videos from before, I do review like a comparison between the two, because I got the Hot Toys version of it. So check that out. And yeah, for everybody who's on here right now, we have 67 viewers, which is fantastic, 45 likes. And I'm going to do that thing because it's been brought to my attention that actually getting likes on a channel helps getting this channel onto an algorithm feed so other people can discover it. So if you're liking what you're doing, please hit those likes. That would help me out a lot. If you're not liking it, that's cool. You don't have to hit like. Yeah, I just thought I'd ask. Because if you don't ask, you don't get. So thank you so much. Here we go. Any questions? Let me see. Oh, thanks, Papa Gord. Canadian Santa Claus says, love you, Paul. Keep up the great work. Well, thank you so much for the kind words. I really appreciate that. And welcome to the channel. Thanks for watching it. Oh, Terry Smith has something really cool to say as well. He says he's experiencing some game changers like Moon Knight and Doctor Strange in the something Month of Madness, in the Mouth of Madness, I haven't seen it yet. But I want to see it too. And again, this is another movie that I have yet to see. I got to go out and I got to check out. In the Mind of Madness. Sorry. It's a drink. Don't shoot me. Yeah. Francesco's asking, have you seen Everything Everywhere All at Once? No, I haven't. And there's another movie that is on my list of movies to see. I am falling behind greatly on that. But it is. I've heard nothing but fantastic things about it. And yeah, I mean, Michelle Yeoh. Say no more, right? Say no more. Dobles is asking, did we shoot Kim's near Vancouver? Absolutely not. We shot that all in Toronto. That's where it's set. That's where I live. That's where we shot it. Um, Joe T is asking, did I get the Hot Toys Luke Snowspeeder? Yeah. I have it on pre-order. I'm anxiously waiting for it. I got the notification from Sideshow saying it's going to be delayed. But that's cool. It'll get there. I saw, if you want a really, really awesome review and breakdown of that fig, go to Sideshow, their YouTube channel. They just did it a couple of days ago, I think, Terry and Guy Klender, and Paul Hernandez and Alan, the producer. They did a full reveal, a fantastic breakdown, and they posed it as well. So if you want some in-depth information on it and you want to see it done right instead of a half-assed version like I do, check out Sideshow. Terry and Guy crush it. They crush it. Oh, Joe! Andrew and Christian are 18 in June, so Joe Galati. Lovely, lovely family, Joe, Marie. They have two boys who are turning 18, so you know what it's like. And you got two great kids there. Two great kids. Okay. Lady Lao Guy is asking, apart from the fans of the original cartoon, who do you think will be the target audience for the live action Avatar? I think one of the things about Avatar, I mean, obviously they're keeping the fans of the original animated show, very much, they're mindful of them. But it really is, because it's an adaptation, it's about growing that audience. And I think it'll be targeted to, I mean, the main characters are all young youths. That's a redundancy, right? They're all youths. And so I think that it's the young audience crowd, teens, tweens, for sure. I think it might be a little bit too intense for younger kids. But I also see, it being accessible to adults, fans. Like, I'm a fan of the show, and I would totally watch it, and I'm almost 50, right? So I think it's got a wide breadth of it. I think while the Nickelodeon cartoon, the animated version of it, really was for the younger audiences, it didn't mean older audiences couldn't enjoy it. I think they're making it a little bit more mature in that sense. So it's not for little kids. And I think that's part of growing that audience. And I think a lot of fans of the animated show, I think they'll be very, very happy with what they see, because there is a definite respect for the source material. But it's an adaptation, so it's not going to be word for word, page for page, because then why do an adaptation? Just watch the animated cartoon. So I'm very proud of the work that we've done, and I'm a fan of the original show. I watched it, not when it first came out, but I watched it back in 2018. Let's be frank, the first season of Avatar, the animated series, was geared towards little kids. But as the books went on, the themes became way more mature. And you still have that whimsical quality for little kids, which was awesome. But the themes were so much deeper, and the character arcs were so heartbreaking and so much more mature. And I think that quality they're trying to bring into the first season of Avatar and what we've been working on. So I'm proud of the work I've done. I think I've done some really, really great work. I've seen a lot of great work from a lot of really great actors too. And I keep saying this, but that the main cast, Gordon Cormier, Gawain Dio, Ian Owsley, Dallas Liu, they are going to be superstars. They're fantastic. They're fantastic. And they capture the spirit of the animated series so well. And you know what? It's their performances, it's the writing, it's the direction. We're doing it. We're trying to do it right. I think we're succeeding. And this is, as a fan, like, there are moments where I geeked out on set going, oh, I have so many behind the scenes stuff that I got to sit on. I'm going to sit on, and we're going to have to wait till the show drops before everybody else gets to see it. But, it's interesting. I hear a lot of hate sometimes online. People just want to dump all over a show without even seeing a stitch of it, just because they hear certain things. I think that's sad. I think it's unfortunate. If you're going to judge a show based on something that you heard about it, it must be hard to enjoy things in life then, when you prejudge and want to cut it off before you even experience it. That's all I have to say about that. So, let's move on. Oh, here we go. This is a great question from Terry. Does a chin strap on your X-Wing helmet totally jack up your beard for the rest of the day? Because mine sure as hell does. It absolutely does. And that's a thing, because it's a cup, and it not only does that, it pushes up on your face. And your head is squeezed in a bucket, and you look like a chipmunk. So everybody thinks you're even like heavier than you actually are, in my case. I mean, I've lost weight, but it's like, you know, I was pretty hefty, you know, hefty, husky man. And, you know, you put on a helmet that pushes up and you look like you're heavier or chubbier or whatever. And so, you know, it's one of those things where I hate that chin strap. And, you know, I was always asking, well, can I not put it there? Can we? It's like, no, it's canon. It's canon. And then I saw a picture of Jack Porkins and then another picture of Gold Leader, and they have their chin straps hanging to the side. So if I'm ever invited back on, and if ever that opportunity presents itself again, I'm going to have it on my phone and you go, aha! See, it's canon! And then maybe I'll be able to preserve my beard. Thanks, Terry, for that great question. And oh yeah, and thanks for the validation too. Everything I said about the Hot Toys C-3PO is accurate. See, it's good to be backed up by the best. Good to be backed up by the best. Lots of love for Doctor Strange, which is great. Let me see, the Mind of Madness. Joe T with the super chat, thank you so much, $5. Can you convince Hot Toys to make a 1/6 scale figure of you in your X-Wing outfit? Thanks. Matt, if I could, I would. I would be beside myself with joy if any toy company decided, Hasbro, I'm looking at you, you know, Hot Toys, I'm looking at you. If to have that would be such an immense honor. And that's kind of like, those are geek goals, right? But I feel kind of greedy asking for that because I've already gotten so much, you know. But I would certainly not mind it. I would love it, in fact, and so that would be really cool. But I have no idea. I wish I could. I wish it was up to me. Here we go. Here you go. See, Fabulous Disaster. It was that Sideshow video that pushed me to order that land speeder Luke. And that's it. Like this is why I think people love unboxing or reveal videos, because you could be on the fence about it, but when you see people who are like doing the deep dives and opening it up and showing you what it is, it's totally enabling, first of all. But it's like, it's perfect because it helps you make that decision. You look at it and you kind of go, based on what I've seen, the coolness, the details, the abilities to do all these, you know, different poses, yes, I will absolutely pull the trigger on that. And I think that's why I do this as well. It's partially enabling, but it's partially to give people an idea of like, is this toy really worth it? And yeah, I think for most part it is. It is. So there you go. Bad Wolf Media. Hey, Carson Teva Black Series announcement at Star Wars Celebration. I'm speaking it into existence from your lips to God's ears. Hopefully that happens. Hey, Jason Grohosky, not Grosecki. Grohosky is in the West Coast Stash House all the way from Chicago, I think. You've relocated. Welcome, Jason. Glad to see you on here. Yeah. Let's go. Oh, BC DeLorean and other movie cars. That's my buddy Brandon. People might not have stores like Toy Traders to see them in person. Unboxing videos are so important. Yeah, thank you so much. And of course, Brandon was instrumental in helping with a couple of the other big unboxings we had, the supersized ones, where we unboxed some fantastic Sideshow statues and the APC from Alien, the higher version, the 1/12 scale, 1/12? 1/18th. 1/18th scale version of the APC from Aliens, and the dual-bladed Sentinel lightsaber from Disney Parks, that exclusive. If you don't know what I'm talking about, go check out it's Funboxing episode number 40 from 2 weeks ago. We've got a question from Decent. Are you going to Fan Expo in August? It'd be great fun to run into you again. It would be great to run into you again. Yeah, that's the plan. I would love to go. From my lips to all your ears, I'd love to go as a guest, to be invited as well. Because when I go as a fan, it's great, but I get stopped a lot, and I don't get a chance to really sort of do the stuff that everybody else gets to do, like go shopping and sit in panels and stuff, like listen to panels and stuff like that. So I figured if I'm going to be doing that anyway, be nice to get paid for it. But yeah, there's been no response from them. So, anyways, what I might do is just go incognito, pull an Adam Savage, and just be able to do that. And then, I will, hopefully I'll be able to troop with the 501st. So I'll be there and with the Ontario Ghostbusters to be there to help raise money for charity. I think, those are important things to do as well. And I love volunteering my time for those organizations because they do a lot of good in the community. I said it again. Take a drink. Invisible gun. Bang, bang, bang. Watch Kids in Hall. You'll know. Okay. Let's go on with another question we have here from Vanessa C. Hey, Paul. Hey, Paul. Would you please tell us about your recent experience working with Kids in the Hall? Also, random question. Do you ever check your own Wikipedia page? Thanks as always. P.S. Keep up all the gaming stream with all of the profanity. It's been fun. Thanks so much, Vanessa. I've had fun doing that too, so I appreciate that. Vote of confidence and support, and don't worry, I will be. This afternoon stream, I almost seriously did lose my shit, though. I threw the controller. I'm not proud of it, but it was just... I was just getting really frustrated because invisible walls, getting pinned, the camera, the lock... Anyways, you can watch it and watch a grown man have an absolute meltdown on Twitch. I'm actually quite embarrassed about it, but I did in the end finish that level and had to stop. So if you want to check it out and listen to me have a tantrum and sort of go, oh, what a loser, by all means, check it out. Give it a like too. If you find my pain enjoyable, give it a like. Getting back to your question though, I had a blast working on Kids in the Hall. Like I said before, Kids in the Hall, when the first run, when it was out on CBC, before they jumped over to the US and became really big over there, that was one of the go-to must-watch shows in university for me. My favorite sketch I remember, aside from the Head Crusher and Cabbage Head, where it was about two a turn-of-the-century Quebec trappers, and they were in a canoe. It was on land, though, not in the water. It was set in 1990 Toronto in the office buildings, and they were clubbing businessmen to grab their suits, their Armanis, the Tom Brady. Like, it was so funny. And they would sing, Alouette, gentil Alouette. And one of the things that I really loved about them was their subversive sense of humor and how they really did flip situations and their portrayal. They did a lot of cross-gender role-playing as well. So I thought the women characters that they played were so fantastic. And so just lately in my life, meeting with your heroes of comedy and getting a chance to work on a show and being part of the process where they, I showed up and I had my lines and they were kibitzing about how to change the scene. And so they were changing everything around the sketch, everything, moments before we were about to start. And Bruce McCullough, who's actually married to an old friend of mine from university. So that's how I knew Bruce. And that's kind of how I got asked, because Bruce knew my work. And he was like, hey, do you want to be on the show? Also, Gary Campbell was a writer who's one of the executive producers and the showrunner for Kids in the Hall. He was a writer on Kim's Convenience, so he knew me as well. And what's her name? Oh my God, Jennifer Goodhue as well, who's a great comedian for back in the day, and she's a writer on the staff as well. So that's why I got asked on to play a really small bit part, and I jumped at it because it's like I get to see them. But it was like them changing the sketch up until the very moment where we were shooting it, because it wasn't sitting right, and it was great. It was really, really great. And Bruce kept turning to me. He's like, are you okay? Are we going too fast for you? I was like, no, I was in a sketch comedy troupe too. And it's just like, I have a very small part to play. If I was carrying the scene, I might be a little bit worried, but you guys are kicking ass. So it was tremendous. And the crew was lovely. And of course, I got a chance to sit and have lunch with Scott Thompson and chatted with him for like an hour. And he's wonderful, wonderful human being. So it was cool. And I got a chance to chat with Dave Foley. Sadly, Kevin McDonald and Mark McKinney weren't there, but hey, I'll take what I got, and it was great. So I really enjoyed that. And do I ever check my own Wikipedia page? No. Should I? Should I? Maybe. I'll check it out. Who's Lopez? What's Lopez? Lopez. Lopez. Thanks, Darren. Okay. Hey, Darren Lai is in the West Coast Stash House with us today. Okay, here we go. Here's another question from Brian Schoenfeld. Brian, hey, Paul, I have a couple of different questions. My first question is regarding the movie Everything Everywhere All at Once. And if you saw it, what'd you think? We just answered that earlier. So, however, the more specific question is regarding Ke Huy Quan and how he quit acting due to lack of opportunities and has now returned for this new movie. Do you feel that there's been a shift in Hollywood/filmmaking, and did you experience this struggle as an actor when you were younger? Yeah, absolutely, because there was nothing written really for me, and I wasn't allowed to audition for any other parts. Even though I spoke unaccented English, absolutely there were limitations for it. And like with Jonathan, Ke Huy Quan, he goes by Jonathan. I've actually met him. He's a lovely, lovely man. He spoke to me directly about that because he was a child actor. Indiana Jones, The Goonies, he was in Head of the Class, but he found, and you'll hear this in these interviews, that there was nothing really written for him. He didn't have those opportunities and stuff. And people saw him as so type specific, it really limited what he was able to audition for. And that was the same for me. Except, I didn't have, for me, I was type specific because I was Asian. And so the roles that I got to audition for weren't great. They weren't real characters. They were caricatures. They were like, it's hard. It's hard because, you're either reinforcing a stereotype or just like being put in a situation that just sort of perpetuates another stereotype. And so it was difficult. A lot of the roles that I got weren't real people, weren't real characters. I did a lot of expositional parts, so that was my speciality. I would go in whenever the writers would go, oh shit, how do we explain this? Take a drink. I know, we'll create a character who'll just come in, barf out all this information, and they'll go. And that's what I excelled at, exposition. But they're not real characters. They're placeholders. They're just bits of, like, I'm an NPC that barfs out information to help the main characters sort of go on. And so, yeah, absolutely, I felt that. I mean, it's getting better now. More opportunities are being afforded to actors of color. But, and let's be very frank about it. I mean, this is something that has come to fruition just because, really, they find it profitable. We've been saying for decades, there are talented actors out there who are able to carry a show, carry a narrative, or this, that, but nobody ever wanted to even entertain that idea because they were all afraid it wasn't going to make money. It was going to lose money. And now, I think a number of great shows and movies have proven that's not the case. So now that they can monetize it, now, and of course it sounds great to say, now's the time, we're going to embrace diversity and inclusivity in the sense because it's making money. And because it's making money too, that is also, there is another benefit of it's creating opportunities for a lot of BIPOC performers. And not only performers, but talent behind the cameras. And this is all stuff that we said before, and blah, blah, blah. And I'm sure you're all sick of it. But it's true. And I think it takes monetization, financial success for those who are investing money into these projects to sort of be more open to it. Black Panther, they didn't expect it to be a huge hit. It became a huge hit because of the excellence involved. And then all of a sudden it was like, oh, wow, yes, of course we knew that. But it was never, they never thought it was going to be that big. Crazy Rich Asians, same thing, right? They didn't think it was going to be that big, but it was the community that pulled together and said, we need to support this movie, and the movie needed to be excellent. That's the other thing that helps. You can't just truck out BIPOC artists and do a half-ass job and do a substandard, mediocre type show and expect the communities to support it. Can't, right? So that's the thing. It goes both ways. So the community has to support, but then the product also has to be worthy of that support. And so that's a struggle. And honestly, I think it's I'm glad it's happening. And one of the things is, it doesn't matter how it happened, it's happening. And so it's opening doors. Avatar is, you look at that board, it's all Asian faces. Even Kim's wasn't like that. Even Kim's, right? So it's amazing. It is really amazing on that. So there is that. Second, Brian asks, on a very different note, what are you hoping is the overarching message of the upcoming Star Wars Andor show, and how it expands in the Star Wars universe and our views of it? And are you hoping to make a cameo as well as Carson Teva? I think that predates Carson Teva's involvement. I mean, he served during Alderaan, but I think Andor takes place years before. I think it's more of that. I just hope it's good storytelling. I think it doesn't have to move mountains. It doesn't have to. It's just got to be a great story that ties into the Star Wars universe. But I don't think everything has to be so weighty, on that. It's got to be good storytelling. Good storytelling, good acting. I think that's enough for me. I think that's enough. Yeah. I mean, if anything, what I liked about Rogue One and the character of Andor is it gave weight to the rebellion. It wasn't this unified sort of like, oh, we're all fighting together. It was a fractured alliance of different star systems or cultures that were afraid and didn't really know each other, trust each other. I mean, that whole going to Scarce was so half-assed. It was great. Like, Admiral Raddus was like, fuck it, we're going to go. And then they went. And then everyone was like, well, I guess we're going to go. But at first they decided it was too risky and they weren't going to go. And so it just sort of gave weight to the whole rebellion and what was at stake. The stakes were so high for that. And so that's why I think I loved it. And I think it's going to show, if anything, I think Andor will show just how the rebellion really wasn't so clean and altruistic. You had dissidents like Saw Gerrera who were deemed too radical for the rebellion because of the tactics he took. And I think that's what they're doing. They're getting rid of the idealization of how perfect the alliance was and showing that it was imperfect and, in fact, more realistic in that sense. So who knows? Here we go. We have Kyle Kestis. Yeah, I'm not impressed with him. Sorry, it's just I've died as him so many times, and I blame I blame a computer-controlled avatar for my button-mashing inabilities. So, no. But I think what I really do, what I did enjoy, and I think a lot of people did enjoy, was Yoda. Yoda chirping. I do a Yoda voice as I'm playing and dying. I do Yoda chirping me instead of little Boba. Because I think he's got that perch of seniority or of experience. So fall down you did. Oh, look, Carl Kestis cannot climb. Oh, shut up, Yoda. Oh, big man with little lightsaber. Watch out, fall down the well you will. And so, I think everybody seemed to enjoy that. So yeah, maybe Yoda might come back again, and that'll probably make me feel less sweary. I lost sight of the fact today that the game was supposed to be fun. So for anybody watching episode 6.5, the live playthrough, it was really sweary, and I got uncomfortable. So there is that. Okay, let's go on. Brandy Wood has a question, just a light question. What's your favorite pizza toppings? Ooh, I like that one. Also, I hope your Appa's doing well. And that recurring Yoda impression while on Dathomir had me rolling. Well, thank you. My dad is doing great. Thanks for asking. He's recovering well, which is good. Still not out of the woods, but he's way better than he was a couple of weeks ago. So I will take that. Favorite pizza toppings? Gotta have meat. gotta have meat on it. Pepperoni, Italian sausage. I love olives. I know a lot of people don't love olives. I don't mind onions on it as well. And yeah, that's all. And cheese, obviously cheese. That's what makes me happy. Not a big pineapple fan. Not a big pineapple fan. Hermione's Toy Box. Could you bring one cool KC Cool Start? If you could bring one KC Cool Start into the Star Wars universe with you, who would it be and what sort of character would he / she play? If you could bring one KC, Kim's Convenience co-star? Is that what it is? If you could bring one Kim's Convenience co-star into the Star Wars universe, who would it be? Well, absolutely it would be Andrew Fung right away. Just because, and I would like to see him play like an alien who would have to do an accent. Because I would just love to see him in A, all that latex, and B, struggling to do an accent, which would be perfect because it's like, it's an alien accent. It could be anything. Whoa, we are simple travelers trying to get our hyperdrive repaired. I think that would be fantastic. I would love to see that. Yeah, because it's gotta be. It's gotta be, right? Let me see. Do I have any questions here? No? Okay, so we'll move on to the next one. We have from Mel Dade. Of all the performances that you've done in theater and television, not Kim's Convenience, does one stand out as being one that you learned something new about yourself and your craft? Or one that perhaps you may have regretted doing? Oh, yeah. No need to name the production. I will name it. I did a production at Soul Pepper of La Ronde. And it's a daisy wheel sort of, it's a play that's structured with like characters. So it's character A and B, the next scene is character B and C, and C and D, and then D, and it goes around to the end. And we did a modernized version of it that was adapted by Jason Sherman, who's a fantastic writer. He got started writing plays. He was a playwright, and then moved on to film and TV, and then came back and did this adaptation of this play. Can't remember who it was, but this play was, I can't remember the author, but it was scandalous at the time because it dealt with sexual dalliances. And, you know, it was a very risque. And in fact, it was done, if I remember correctly, it wasn't open for the public. It was done for the elite few who could watch it and judge it and stuff like that. So it was really sort of one of these plays that they pushed the boundaries. And so they did a previous version of it at Soul Pepper like years before. Jason had done the adaptation for that, and they really wanted another kick at the can, so they got it to him again, and they wanted him to really, really sort of go for it and be as risky and as scandalous as possible. And I was cast in it, and I really learned a lot about the types of roles I never, ever want to play again, and about what it costs as an actor when you're investing yourself in a role, that it should always come at a cost but never an expense. And I felt at the time it was an expense. Looking back on it now, I think there's some lessons that I learned that I could have been a lot more, I think I should have had more agency in terms of what I was willing to do and what I wasn't willing to do. Had to be naked on stage. That didn't really bother me. Well, it did. But I mean, it was like, it made sense for the character. And again, this all stems back to, I don't think I would want to play this character again. I would never want to play that character again. Just because I couldn't relate to this guy. Couldn't relate to him. He was heavily into sadomasochism, was like turned on by, and I just could not, he liked pain, basically. And it was really not something that I found any joy in playing. It was a very difficult role playing. And so, yeah, I learned how to be more of a professional on set in terms of like, well, this is your gig. This is your job is to do this and to play this character to the best of your abilities. And so like, okay. But I also learned like what types of roles I would never, ever go to again. And they say, oh, play roles that scare you. This role didn't scare me. This role really, made me quite sad. I found him quite irredeemable, and that was the most difficult thing, trying to find something redeemable about this character, and I just couldn't. And I had found no joy in playing this character whatsoever. So I think, yeah, that's something I would never ever do again, and I learned a lot from it. So there you go. And I also learned gratitude. Like, I was so happy that I was able to just, from that as well, it's like just sort of shed that off and be able to play like Uppa on Kim's Convenience, which was running in rep. So it just made me think, you know, count my lucky stars that I was able to do that. Yeah, no Paul in the next 50 Shades of Grey. No one needs to see me naked except for my wife, okay? So there you go. Brian Humphreys, sorry you're late to the... Yeah, you are late, but that's cool, brother. That's cool. That's cool. Let's go to the next question here. This is from Matthew Sinclair. What other cosplays are you hoping to add to your collection? FYI, I love your Ghostbusters costume. Thank you. The proton pack you made in particular is epic. Thanks so much. That was a true labor of love. I love my Ghostbusters cosplay. I think it's fantastic. When I wear it, it's fantastic when I wear it, and I think I nailed it. I think I nailed it. Other cosplays that I'm hoping to add. I mean, I got 3, 4, 5 Star Wars cosplays in the works still. I got my First Order TK. I got to finish off my Mud Trooper. I have my Tank Trooper. And then I have the Hoth variant X-Wing fighter pilot. And I still need to submit for my X-Wing pilot. So there's 5 right there. But I'm hoping to do some Star Trek cosplay, to be honest. I would love to do the cosplay from Star Trek 2, The Wrath of Khan. I love those dress uniforms that they had. Not the dress uniforms, but the maroon uniforms. Love that. I would love to do some original series Star Trek costumes. Love to do that again. So a couple of Star Trek cosplays, forgive me. Also, Aliens. Ryan Dole, Steve 3, and I think Brandon, we all talked about kitting up as Colonial Marines from Aliens. I think that would be great. And an Alien cosplay would be nice. One of the crew members from the Nostromo. I think I would love to do that. So yeah, those are the cosplays that I'm sort of eyeing right now. Judge Dredd. It would be awesome to be a judge, but so hot just because you would be in all that leather, and it would be like all the coolest cosplays are also very, very hot too, like just temperature hot. So there's that. Everyone get your drinks ready because guess what? It's time. Bio break. I'll be back in a second. All right, I'm back. I'm back, and I'm seeing some really cool stuff. Cynthia, you wrote, I know people who used to cosplay as Viper pilots from the new BSG. After Parade Day at DragonCon, didn't want to be anywhere near them, right? Because it's all like vinyl and stuff. BSG, that's another one. But I wouldn't want to be a pilot. I love the bridge dress uniforms for that, or one of the deck crew. Chief Tyrrell, Aaron Douglas. I'm a big fan of his work. Anyways, I'd love to cosplay as him. I think that'd be cool in the orange flight suit, like the jumpsuit. I think that'd be really cool. Let's go on. David Grasul asks, do you find any challenges to portray an animated character with such a strong fan base to live action? Yeah, that's a great question. And actually, yeah, because there's a huge weight of expectation from the fans to do the character justice. And I'm a fan of that character myself. I saw the work, but I'm not Mako. I he's God rest his soul. That's his version of Iroh. And Greg Baldwin, who took over, that's his. I mean, he had to maintain that sort of the continuity of the character that was already established by Mako. Now they were doing voices, and the animated style is the animated style, and how they're directed to act those scenes were within the confines or the parameters of that episode and whoever was directing and whoever wrote it. This is an adaptation of that. I am not. My goal, my hope, and what I'm trying to do is not mimic. I'm not a mimic. I'm not going to do something where I'm just copying other people's work, if that makes sense, right? It's got to be, yes, the foundation of the character, the hearts, the love for family, his devotion to the spirit world and whatnot, and his different perspective of moving away from what the Fire Nation wants. Those are elements that are essential to Iroh. That sense of tranquility, the fierceness of love that he feels for Zuko, that is absolutely got to be there. But he's also got to be, it's got to be within me. Like, I'm not going out there to do caricature or do a copy of an animated cartoon. That it doesn't translate. It won't translate. And so it's hard because you want to respect the fans and you want to do justice to the character, but I'm not going to do a carbon copy version of that. And I know there are going to be fans who hate it and go, you're not. And it's like, well, no, because I'm not animated. I'm a human being and I'm an actor. It's actor, how I said it. I've got to bring parts of me into this. And that's why I couldn't play. I found difficulty playing this other character that I was talking about in Laurent, because there was nothing, a part of me that I could remotely relate to. And that was the difficulty in playing that. Iroh, there's so much of him that I can relate to. His love of family. How deeply he feels that loss of his son, because I couldn't even imagine that with my boys. And so there's a rich, deep sense of character there, but it's I'm not an animated set of drawings. I'm a human being. That's the whole point of doing an adaptation. I've got to have a say in it. I've got to have my take. I've got to bring my qualities, my abilities, my choices into this character. Otherwise, why are you hiring actors? Just hire somebody who can copy and do exactly what you don't need actors then. You need mimics. And I don't think anybody wanted that. Nobody on the set wants that. That's what brings life to anything if you're adapting it. You have to have that infusion of the performance of the actors, what they bring to it too, because otherwise you just hire somebody who can copy the voice and just do that. No acting required, just copy the voice. And you'll find I would think that would be flat. So anyways, that was very challenging, but I'm proud of the work I've done. I'm very happy with the work I've done. I think I've done some really great work. I'm going to say this. I've done good work. I think I'm going to pump my own tires here and go, I'm very proud of what I did. And I think audiences are really, really going to be blown away by it, just because it's like you're bringing something that is two-dimensional to life. And you don't do that by just copying what's already out there. So I think it's a great start to use that source material. Absolutely, though. It does kind of look like the Fire Nation flag, right? Is somebody talking to Ernie? Did he finally show up? Oh, here we go. Ernie Villarreal. Who's your favorite Boba Squadron member, and why is Ernie the Fallen Fett? Why is it Ernie the Fallen Fett? That's a really great question. First of all, you're wrong, Proby, and you're cut, because second of all, you are a probationary prospect. You're not a full member of the Boba Squadron, so you really don't qualify. So it couldn't be Ernie the Fallen Fett. And, I love you, but you're cut. So it can't be you. Of course, that leaves who else? There's Yoko and there's Kevin. And to be honest, Yoko frightens me more. So I'm going to say Yoko. Because, I've never been more intimidated by somebody I've never met before, and I'm terrified to shake her hand. lest I leave a really bad John Barenthal sort of impression. That's an inside joke. If you want to know what it's all about, check out the Boba Squadron. Our podcast has been released every Monday. Ernie, I love you, buddy. I hope you're doing well. Question for Kevin Lee. Here we go. For those of us who haven't seen the original animated Avatar series, do you recommend that we watch it before watching this version you're in? That's a good question. You know, people have asked me that, and it's just like, it's the source material. We're definitely using the animated series as a source material, but it's kind of like, ooh, this movie about this book is coming out. Should I read the book first? It's like, you don't have to. You should be able to just watch the movie. And if you enjoyed what you saw and thought, oh, that's really cool, what's different? And you can watch the cartoon and you know, make it up in that way. And I think it's your choice. I don't think you need to. I think if you're a fan of the show, I think it's cool. I think there'll be a lot of moments like, oh, yeah, oh, that's cool. And that's different. Oh, I like this or that. I mean, there are definitely going to be moments like that, I think, for fans. But again, it's like when you're watching an adaptation of your favorite book. There are going to be things that are different just because certain things just don't translate off the page, or something that's animated doesn't necessarily mean it's going to work live action. And so, I think fans, for the most part, are pretty smart about that. It is an adaptation, and but I would ask that you judge it after you watch it, instead of shitting all over it before it even airs. So that's my only caveat. And I swore, so I'm going to have a drink. Tommy K. I made a mental note that if I meet Yoko, I'm going to give her the weakest handshake ever just to see her reaction. Well, you're going to lean to the other side. Yeah, you do that. But just know, you can say, oh, no, I did it on purpose just to see your reaction. But you'll know. You'll know. Hey, Brian Dixon, Mr. E-Monster, you just upgraded your membership. Thanks so much for doing that. Appreciate that. That's a good question. What is a food in the Avatar universe that you want to try? Oh, gosh, I can't really say without giving up any spoilers. Cabbages? How's that? Let's answer some more questions here. We've got one from American Avenue. What's the next franchise you'd like to see yourself break into? Oh, honestly, I don't want to be too greedy, but Ghostbusters, Star Trek, Ghostbusters and Star Trek, I think are the two that are right up there. Star Trek just because it's in my hometown, and Strange New Worlds. I'm shipping on that. I love that show. Strange New Worlds. It is such a breath of it. It feels like they've gone back to like the original series, and I love the original series. It's just they just nail it in terms of tone. I love the characters. It really is. I've been binging that as well. Just saw the 3rd episode a couple days ago. And yeah, Strange New Worlds. Huge fan of that show. They're getting it right. And I'm just loving what they're doing. And it's filmed in my hometown. So like, hey, give me a call. I'd love to be in Star Wars and Star Trek and Avatar. And then we'll finish off like the EGOT, right? SS, A, and then G. So SAGs. Star Wars, Avatar, Ghostbusters, Star Trek. You do the stag. It'll be like, the EGOT to be able to do that. Okay, we gotta get hustling on this here too. Kevin Lee, hey Paul, have you been doing okay since this Game 7 of the Maple Leafs? We'll skip over that. Did you get anything special for your parents after you made it big? And what kind of crowd did you hang out with as a kid? Made it big. Define made it big. I guess, making it big, being successful was like I didn't buy them a car or a house or this or that. I mean, it's not. My parents aren't like that. That makes sense. We don't have that kind of relationship. I think for them, they're just happy to see me succeed and finally be able to brag to their friends about me. So there's that. I mean, I help out whenever I can, but we're not into huge showy displays of affection. So it's not like, yeah, I don't know. I don't know how to answer that. So no, I guess not. And what kind of crowd did I hang out with as a kid? With other nerds. With other nerds. I was a good boy. Studied hard, did really well, which is also why it broke my parents' heart that I wanted to go into acting. Because academically, I was a nerd. And I hung out with other nerds. And they were fantastic, and they were my friends. So there's that. Anton Attard. Hey, Paul. Hope you and your family are doing well. How's your father doing? He's doing great. Thanks for asking. Thanks to Minnie the Bitter Brigade for wishing me a happy birthday last week. That's right. My question is, my wife is in a year-long honors theater program. After she finishes, what is the best advice you can give to her to get more roles and anything else that she should do? Much love, my friend. Hashtag shut up, Tommy. Thank you. Always be learning. I mean, that's the thing. It's just, if you want to work, I mean, every opportunity you get to exercise that muscle, do it. That means reading plays. That means connecting with like-minded individuals. That means constantly being creative. And also, like, if you're part of any production, learn as much as you can. And be kind. Because if you're not an asshole, people want to work with you. Hold on a second. I got a phone call. Hello? Okie dokie, come on up, buddy. Can't wait to see you. That was Ryan. Ryan Dole is on his way up here. It's 5:30. It's nice out. So we're going to go barbecue some steaks. You're getting shut-ups from Embedded in AMA. That you are, Tommy. You are getting them. So I'm going to answer 2 more questions, and then we're going to call it. I'm sorry I didn't get to everybody's questions, but you know what? Maybe we save these, and for the anniversary special next week, what we'll do is we'll do a hybrid. We'll have a giveaway. We'll do some hot toys, and I'll answer some of these questions. Okay? All right. So let's get to the next question here. Chris Christie. Paul, 2 questions. Are you planning on being home for Fan Expo? Yes. Second, I would love to get an autograph on my super cool bittered hat. Absolutely. Question 2, are you really the only baritone in your church choir, Mr. Lewis? Yes, he was. That's why he was so terrified of being canceled. Bad Wolf Media is asking here, because it's the bread and butter of my side work, what type of music do you listen to? We know your movie and TV likes, but what about the tunes? Hold on a second. Just a minute! Oh,
you like that?
Wow. You're bald. You have no hair.
It's time.
You have no hair. Good Lord, you look like a 70s biker gang member.
I am.
It looks nice.
Yeah, dude.
Looks good.
Fight.
So, Ryan Dole is here. He's just got his... Get over here.
Yeah, man.
Get over here.
SOC crew, baby.
He got his hair cut. Look at that.
Like that?
Look at that.
Fuck, touch it.
I could have done that for free, you know.
Yeah, but could you trim this?
Absolutely, I could have trimmed it. Look at my beard.
Hello there.
Ryan's just getting ready for celebration. And, he looks great. Anyways, getting back to the question here. Music. I have an eclectic mix of music, but it's kind of my blind spot. There is stuff. I mean, Ryan played a song for me last night. Oh my God, it's amazing. And it was like more than 10 years old, and I'd never heard it before. And I was like, oh. So Anna will say this. That's my blind spot. Unless a particular song is in a movie or a TV show, I never really listened to music growing up. So that being said, I love a lot of different types of music. My favorite artist, I love Tom Waits. Tom Waits, he's my jam. I always go back to Tom. I like the older music. Some of the stuff from the 40s actually and 50s, swing music, jazz music. I like the newer stuff as well. There's a lot of songs I'm discovering on TikTok which is hilarious. And yeah, so it's just kind of all over the place. And I'm of the mindset of, if you enjoy it and you know, it inspires you, or you start thinking of different scenes in movies or you know, sequences that you could set this music to, I think it's great. So like, Justin Bieber doesn't bother me, for example, right? I like his music, and I don't care. People go, ah! It's like, I don't care. And I think that's how it should be. If you like certain things, never be ashamed of what brings you joy. So that's my answer to that. This is going to be the last question for the evening. I want to thank everybody for tuning in. Next week, we're going to have a big one. It's a 1-year anniversary of Funboxing Sundays, so we're going to do a giveaway. I'm going to have a hot toy to unbox. We're going to finish off these AMA. Keep putting questions in on this tab for the AMA, and we're going to have a big-ass giveaway to celebrate 1 year of Funboxing Sundays, okay? Here it is, final question of the night. It's from Colin Hollis. Colin, does the Avatar The Last Airbender follow the same timeline as the animated series, i.e. are you just completing Water, or are there crossovers? Asking for a friend whose favorite character is Toph. After Uncle Iroh, of course. Okay, well, I'll answer that. It is an adaptation. And so, like adaptations, there will be certain things that happen before, like the source material, right? It'll happen. So without getting into too much detail, yeah, there's a definite sort of, we're not strictly following Water, Earth, and fire. It's not slavishly sort of bound to that. We're using season 1 obviously as a template, but there are things that happen that don't happen in season 1. And that's all I can say. I mean, yeah, that's all I can say without getting in trouble. Colin, what do you want from me? I can't, because then I'll get in shit. But that's the thing. So, yeah. Yes, kind of, I guess is the answer. Anyways, that's it for tonight. Thanks so much, everybody, for jumping on, logging in. Ryan, you're getting a lot of really good comments from people about your look.
Oh, thanks, everybody.
He's looking good. Matthew says, watch out, Ryan. Will Smith will be coming looking for that sexy bald head, buddy. Vanessa C is celebrating 9 months of membership. Thank you so much. You can't make the live next weekend, but happy 1 year bitterversary. Oh, I like that, bitterversary. Thanks so much, Vanessa. Yeah, for all of you out there, you all make the channel. And I love chatting with all you all. And you lift me up when I was feeling down. And I appreciate that. So all of you have a spectacular week. Take care of yourselves. Hug the ones you love. Be kind to others. Be kind to yourselves. Wash your hands. Stop touching your face. And we will see you on the flip side. Okay. Bye. Oh, and another thing. I'm going to be doing more of that sweary live streamy thing. And yeah, if more of you tune in, Yoda perhaps will show up in Troll Paul. Okay, see you.